This is a video diary of sorts, set to Warframe because I've been playing the shit out of this. It's so fucking good, dude. I was playing Warframe before Iron Mouse discovered it. Anyway, been trying to decide what Sindan I should put on my tricked out as shit fucking Sevagoth here. My favorite character in all of Warframe. Maybe not my favorite to play necessarily, because there are some really, really good ones out there, you know? I like Corvex. I like... what's his name? Temple. Temple is so fucking fun. He makes the game too easy, though. You just get his, like, shit, like, maxed out and whatever, and then you just flamethrower through everything. And I want a little more challenge than that. I want to use my weapons, and Temple is a full-on caster frame. There's no debate there. Like, he's either spamming his skills or nothing. Anyway, like I was saying, world's gone crazy. I've been thinking, like, what do you even do, like, in this situation? And there's not really an easy answer to that, is there? You know, there's writing to, your representatives or whatnot who you'd hope already knew, like, the ethical, moral things to do. And, of course, there's a debate on what is ethical or moral to do, because we kind of lost, like, a collective sense of that, I suppose. Nobody's listening to each other, and there are provocateurs furthering those gaps with deliberate, like, bullshit, like, deliberate strife causing and mischief making and skullduggery. All sorts of fun stuff like that. Did my cat just... yeah, I don't know. I could have sworn I let her in. Hold on. Sorry about that. Anyway. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, world's crazy right now. World's crazy, and I don't know about you, but I don't know what to do about it. So, that's why I'm here, talking into a microphone. And playing Warframe. One of the main things I've been thinking about a lot, like, I don't know, for the past 2 years, like, Israel-Palestine, because it's just so insulting. I mean, immoral, for starters, right? It's utterly reprehensible to support a genocidal government like Israel when there's 24-hour live stream footage of them murdering people. And, but what's extremely insulting is that they didn't just turn around and go, "Nuh-uh." Like, no, you didn't see that, That's why they're so desperate to, like, advance AI a little bit more, deplete all of the water sources in America for shitty art gifts or whatever. Which you'd think would be more of a concern, like, in a world where, like, water is going to become, like, a more scarce resource, That you wouldn't want to suck it up all out of the ground to power the fucking theft machine, or the misinformation machine, or the CSAM creating machine, Grok. It's very funny, like, the word Grok. Yeah. Screw you too, Letitia. It's really funny, the word Grok. It's from, what is it? I forget what the damn thing is called. Something in Paradise, maybe? Stranger something. Anyway, this guy is, like, orphaned on Mars and gets raised by Martians, who are, like, these big old, like, fucking nearly immobile sponge things. And they have a word called grok, right? And to grok something means to understand it entirely and comprehensively, which is a funny concept, I suppose. Especially calling, an AI grok. Just kind of reads as a little pretentious, But whatever. He can name his shit whatever he wants. It's lame, and nobody really likes it, I think. Some people use it, like, ironically. But I think that's really it, I don't think there's really actually people who, like, rely on that shit. Anyway, Scalder chooses melee weapons. Can we do that? We might be able to do that. Actually, no. I'm not going to focus on that. I need angel feathers to make the bullshit, because to get the last fucking augment on my Fenmore, I need to have something in my melee slot, and I need to have something in my secondary slot that are both Incarnon weapons. And I suppose, let's go visit the Sanctum Anatomica, because apparently Onos and the, was it the Prevost? I forget what the other one's called. That's not it. There we go. Just ignore that Mars has a Kuvalich. I'm never going back there. I've just decided they can have Mars, you know.
I say, would you care for a quick excursion?
Oh, absolutely.
Samples over here.
Samples over here.
To guide your missions from here.
Okay. Anyway. Research Dante. Yeah, there we go. Ruvox and Onos. I need 360 vessel capillaries, which is a lot of fucking necromax to beat the shit out of. But once I got it, like Argon Crystals and Entrati Lanthorns, that's easy as shit to build. Holy fuck. I guess I know what we're gonna be, like, grinding. Yeah, why not? We can do some disruption. I'm good with it. I can do, like, some solo disruption. Like, why the fuck not? It's early. Though I guess maybe there are people, it might be fun to do, like, teams, whatnots. Especially while I've been playing a lot of Corvex and Temple, like I said, so I'm kind of relearning Sevagoth.
The fish has been on his best behavior.
Yeah, because he's
Really sorry.
listen, man.
Scared.
Listen, little buddy. Tagfer. You gain sentience in a very, like, stressful situation. Okay? And Fibonacci, having just become, like, sentient and understanding the world around him, understood that he was in danger. And, you know, did what anyone would do in that situation. He did what he could do to survive that situation. It's not his fault that men died. He may have, like, pulled the whatever to, like, get them out of there, or whatever happened, you know. But it's not his fault. It's not his fault.
Tenno, if there was ever a time to find artifacts to donate to
My plight. Now would be that time.
if I can't pay Parvo's Granum soon,
That's a little Britishy, isn't it?
and all the knowledge stored within.
What is this Laverian you speak of? I have no concept of it. You ever wonder what all this electrical bullshit and nonsense is for? It's all just kind of weird, arcane machinery. Arcane in the sense that it's, like, kind of, you know, strange and unusual, more than, what have you. Actually magical, though it is probably space magical, you know what I mean. Anyway. Back to boring video diary stuff. There we go. Is that flesh? Anyway. Israel-Palestine has been, like, the big thing I've been thinking about, like, for the past 2 years or so. But yeah, just because, like, the lies are so transparent, you know? You'd think they could be a little more clever about this sort of thing, but, you know, racism and bloodlust kind of, you know, racism, bloodlust, and a sense of racial superiority kind of give the Zionists, you know, no room to consider subtlety. They're, like, finally unleashed on the world, you know? And, they're sort of serving as a model for the U.S. to pursue its own, you know, world domination strategies abroad, such as in Venezuela. But, I think it's not going to go the way they're hoping it'll go, you know? that is the US is hoping it'll go. Because, well, the rest of the world's pretty big, and it's not it's somewhat captive to US corporate interests, okay? But it's not entirely captive to, you know, US military, like, occupation power, you know, like Palestine. Palestine is basically if you put walls around, like, a area the size of, like, you know, New Jersey or whatever. Actually, maybe even smaller than that. It's just like a city, isn't it? Or maybe it's more than a city. I forget. Gaza Strip's not big, is, like, the point I'm trying to make here. Okay, that's the important thing to take away. Anyway. It's not very big. There we go. Okay. I'm glad my Tenno buddy decided to wait for me. I'm just kind of fucking around here. Beep bop, beep bop, beep bop, beep bop. I think one of the earliest, you know, lies that I saw coming out of Israel was they claimed that Hamas basically, you know, in their grand underground city of evil from which they rise to terrorize the surface world, that they had, like, a stockpile of, like, rubber babies. And they're like, yeah, all those babies you're seeing dead on, like, your social media sites, those are all just fakes, you know? You can just ignore the dead babies. They're not real. They're not real dead babies, you know? They're just, you know, Hamas rubber babies. Hamas brand rubber babies. Rubber baby terrorist bunkers. Anyway. That's actually pretty clever. I like that. Rubber baby terrorist bunker. Anyway. Point being is that they want you to basically suspend your disbelief. You know, because everybody knows, with a working, functioning, you know, frontal lobe, I imagine, anybody who's not a lobotomite, or a Zionist, same difference, but I repeat myself. But yeah, anybody with a brain, or a soul, or humanity, understands that if you bomb, like, a school, that kids die in that situation. You know? Like, if you shoot kids, like, you know, with sniper rifles, they die. If you drop bombs on their schools or hospitals where they are, they die. And they basically want you to think, like, no, we magically have, like, friendly missiles that only target, you know, terrorists. But of course, if you understand anything about Israeli history, every single Palestinian is essentially a terrorist to them, or rather a undesirable of which they want to rid society of, you know, despite, you know, Israel not being a real thing. That is to say, Palestine was there, and then through some various international bullshit was occupied by the Zionists, and the world kind of turned a blind eye as it continued to break, you know, all international law. Even before this, you know, like, even starting out, you know, they'd send in terror squads to harass villages and put in, like, fake informers. So, you know that thing where, like, you know, letters agencies will send in, like, an undercover cop to go burn flags at protests, or, you know, shout racial slurs in Free Palestine encampments, despite, you know, them having a very strong Jewish presence, because Jewish people aren't, you know, cool with the genocide thing. It's just Zionists, specifically Israeli Zionists, and their American lackeys. Anyway. Israeli history is pretty much like a comedy of, and a really dark comedy at that, of basically they do as much, like, murder as they can get away with, and then when the international community kind of turned its head to look at them and go, naughty, naughty, they'd put their hands behind their back like the kid with their, you know, hand in the cookie jar, right? And then, you know, go like, we sorry, we stopped now. Don't bother us, we just a small bean. We just a little country with no power, despite them being, you know, funded by the entire Western Hemisphere and given like a complete, uh, complete fucking arsenal on demand. Anyway, they've recently decided that, you know what? Even though the world has caught on to our pure, undiluted evil, we're just going to keep going because nobody's going to stop us, you know? And we tentatively have, you know, all this blackmail on politicians via Epstein and all sorts of fun stuff like that, you know? So yeah, they pretty much got the world by the balls, seemingly. Because I guess they... I don't know, because I guess they think, you know, like a few... I think they think like 1 million people is a, you know, a decent trade-off for like all the blackmail. You know, which really says a lot about, you know, the priorities of the people who sort of like look over us or look down upon us from on high. Is that, yeah, like 1 million people, who cares? They don't actually give any sort of a shit that they've murdered so many people. The problem is that everybody's really annoyed with them about it for some reason. They're like, wow, this is kind of... Like, why would you be bothered by that? They're just like some people in a foreign country that we're murdering live on screen. Like, why do you care? Listen, just stay in Amelis. You know, ignore the torture child room. Okay? You don't have to worry about that. The child is being tortured underground, okay? So where you can't see him. It's being, you know, it's being neglected and, you know, put through all sorts of hell for the good of the world. It's being tortured to death because it keeps Amelis functional. And you have to understand that sometimes... I think we all understand that Amelis is not a good place. You know, Amelis is where you have all the luxuries on Earth. Everything you could ever desire is within your grasp. You know, you can have a nice home, you can have a family, you can have a good job, you know. But the only cost of that, the only price you have to pay, just a little thing, you have to pay in the blood of children. Not many children, just, you know, like a small city's worth, and their particular race that we've, you know, decided. We've told you for years these people are terrorists, so, like, that's the first association you're gonna make with them, right? And, yeah, so... That's pretty much the thing here, is that they have primed people to associate, you know, Islam with terrorism, to the point that they did some really fucking racist attacks on Mandani. Holy shit. Did you all see that? Like the fucking... Oh my god. Like all the like 9/11 ads, like, oh, you're going to have like 9/11 every day if you elect a Muslim. Which, and really the truth of that is that Cuomo didn't want to, you know, get rid of his power, because he's part of a political dynasty like so many politicians are, where they just kind of feel entitled to what they have, you know, and anybody who dares to like speak out against that, or who, you know, protests too strenuously about the fact that they don't do anything but sit on their hands as everything decays around them while their pockets are lined by corporate interests. You know, and their unique tastes, shall we say, are catered to by agents like Epstein. Yeah. They feel entitled to be seat warmers, is really the thing. And so, the idea that somebody actually wants to do something, they will do whatever they can to rip that person down. This person being Mamdani in this case. Because, Jesus Christ, that's some racist shit they were spewing. Like, hi, dude. What's over here? This isn't where the objective is, so I assume this is kind of a closed-off area, right? Fucking eat shit already. I probably should have just queued up solo. If somebody else drops by, I'm gonna be just like, have to go and do the mission, and gross and lame. And gay, don't forget gay. Which reminds me of something. It reminds me of something. So, I was watching some YouTube short or another, and it was basically like, if you hear a woman, and you immediately, if you hear like a feminine voice on the internet, right, and you immediately think that's a man, it means you're gay. And I thought that was very, very fucking funny. Oh my god. Because it's kind of true. These people just hate women in general. And oh my god, it's so fucking, it's kind of funny, or it'd be funny if it didn't have like awful real world consequences, like, you know, like the fucking Emiru situation, or, you know, the way Bao got slandered and dragged, and other fun nonsense like that. But yeah, they basically just really, really fucking hate women, is like the only thing you need to understand about these people. Why is my animation bugged? What's going on? What's happened to my animation? Am I in like a constant stagger state? Is that what's happening? Whatever. Ooh, Necromech.
Convince the system to let you in, and I'll send your personal necromech to a dispenser.
Hell yes, Necromech time. Anyway, I don't have too much time this morning, so... we'll see how far we get. We'll see how far we get.
Even as we speak, I look forward to the ensuing mayhem.
That's right, eat shit, Murmur. I've got the power of God and anime on my side. Or however the phrase goes. I've also equipped my MOAs with micro missiles, which is super fun. I think it's very amusing to see them running around shooting stuff with micro missiles. Did I already go in here? I probably already went in here, right? Oh yeah, that was the locked door previously. Okay. Where's my necromech? Do they deliver it like in here, or where's it going? I don't necessarily know how much I'm going to use the necromech, but it's nice to have it. I don't really need the necromech because I've unlocked my archgun, so, you know.
Ready for a hunt?
Ready for a hunt? I love voices, dude. I love voices. You know, I like trying to, like, kind of copy voices a little bit, which is why I put the little voice actor tag in there, you know, because I'm quirky. It would be kind of like a dream job to be a voice actor, and really I just need to kind of apply myself a little tiny bit to maybe find something with that work, and maybe I will. Maybe I will. You know, it's always hard to start something for me, I'll be honest, as I'm just tired, like, all the fucking time. I don't know if that's just fatigue from, like, world events, or if it's, like, you know, exhaustion from, like, you know, depression. Because, yeah, I'd struggle with that a little bit. Though it's more like bipolar depression. It's bipolar, it's one of those things. I think it's bipolar 2. Yeah, bipolar 2. It's the one that's more depressive than manic. So it's hypomania and then depression. And you know, what I take for it, it does a decent job, I think. But I kind of just end up not feeling a whole lot sometimes. You know, nothing really feels very satisfying, I feel. But I definitely still get angry at things. There's a lot of stuff to be angry about in the world, to be fair. So, you know. You know. I mean, I guess it's kind of justified, but still, it kind of sucks to have to deal with that. It still kind of sucks to have to, like, feel that. Only 2 vessel capillaries? Oh, shit. That sucks. Wait, is it determined by how many... people are here? God, I love Sevagoth's fucking crazy bullshit. It's so awesome. Sevagoth is the coolest fucking Warframe, bar none. Like, he gets his own fucking crazy Railjack quest line and shit. How fucking awesome is that? Really fucking awesome. That's what it is. Like, you know, I'm not giving you like a real like opinion here. Like, you just have to accept that Sevagoth is fucking rad as shit. You know? I hate those guys. They're so fucking difficult to kill because you can only fight them front facing, right? First off. And then second off, front facing, what was the other thing? Oh yeah. They don't even have one health pool. They have three. They're like three creatures stuck together. Which is kind of fucking crazy, dude. It's kind of fucking nuts, dude. Eximus Wave. Oh, there it is. I was wondering, like, where's the dude? There he is. Eat Slow Beam. Oh yeah, and like Sevagoth can just slow down the entire fucking battlefield too, is pretty awesome. Yeah. Sevagoth's neat, dude. What time is it? Probably gotta go soon. But, you know. I think we can finish up this mission, then we'll be good to go. I just gotta figure out where, like, one of these Eximus guys is, so we can open the whatchamacallits. There he is. Drop some bullshit. Come on. There we go. Alright, we got the blueberry key. We got 76 epitaph bullets. We've got so much energy regeneration, God can't even stop us. Alright. And where's the fucking key thingy? It's even further down? What's further down than this? Is there even a further down from here? I guess there's like... I guess there is, right? It must be. Hold on. Aha, there we are. Come on, kill that dude. So I can activate the... Oh, damn it, they already activated the Voam thingy. That's why I couldn't do anything. 3 vessel capillaries. That seems low. That seems really low. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There's a distinct possibility I am incorrect about this. Okay, well, now we just got the white one left, and then we can leave. I think we'll get to 150 whatevers pretty soon. I really just want the Onos, because I want the like, Tonfas from the Zariman. Those are fucking cool. I have, like, the Boltace, which are really fucking awesome, but just kind of, like, outdated, you know? I don't think they really fit in any build that I have. So, you know, I don't really use them because of that. Yeah, I also got the Fenmore, which is fucking cool as hell. Because it does that minigun thing when it goes to Incarnon form. One more key, come on. Oh, the death well's full to bursting. And the murmur's always thirsting. I don't know. I'm just making nonsense noises because I can.
When I take ownership of your museum and all contents, will you, Drusus the Baron, be included? Make this easy for me, and I will make that transition comfortable for you.
Very reasonable, Parvos.
Prolong the inevitable.
He's a good villain.
I cannot leave. You will be paid, and I will keep Bavarian.
New conduits at the ready. If you can find the right documents.
Nah, I'm good, man. Crazy. God, I fucking love the Sevagoth shadow bullshit. It's so cool. Fire missiles. Yeah. God, I love the little micro missiles. Those are so fun. God, they just slow to a fucking snail's pace, don't they? What is my ability modifier for, like, slow and shit? Let's see. Gloom. Slow is 63%. Ooh, we can get that... we can't get that much higher, because if we do, it'll outpace our energy whatever thingy, which gives us 3 per second. At least this way we have, like, mostly what we need. We might lose, like, 2 or, like, 1 or 2 excess points every so often. But aside from that... wait, can we not leave? Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, we didn't really... didn't really get a whole lot. So maybe we just quit. Oh no, here he comes. I think. Sturmgeschultz. And Mr. Butter 13. God, there's so many numbers. I don't even know what they're all from. I assume some are from, like, Cascadia Overflow or whatever bullshit I've got on my whatchamacallums. Cascadia something. Anyway, I got that one fully upgraded, so it's kind of awesome. It's kind of awesome. Oh, sweet Jesus, why? I need to leave. Come on, friendo. Let's get to extraction. I gotta leave. Hooray for Gruslings. Go on, I know you want to get that thingy. That's fine. At least he's, like, cooperating. You know, he's not being a dickhead or anything. He just expected to play longer, so he's gonna get some Voca while he's here, and, you know, whatnot. It's fine. Ooh, and an Echo Voca. I actually need a lot of those, so that's actually pretty helpful. I think I need, like, fucking 10 to upgrade my Kavya to the max, right? So... hell yeah, there we go. Okay. 13 vessel capillaries. Let's see. I've got how many? 58 plus that one. So 60, 70 something. Okay, we're almost to 100. And we need, like, we're closer than we were to getting all of the ones we need, but... well, anyway, I think that's probably it for now. I know this is really rambly, but that's just kind of how my thought process goes. It goes from one thing to another and then back again. Kind of circular. You know, sometimes I'll take different positions occasionally and kind of, like, consider all the options and so on and so forth. More pretentious bullshit. But anyway, that's all for now. So I will see you later.